Hello everybody, welcome back! Today, we're going to be doing a 2TC with Sauda and the Ray of Doom, but at the same time, because I have already recorded this, and I do not feel like just sitting here and recording the exact same thing again, we're going to be doing a tier list of all the tier 5s. So we have this little janky setup here of a tier list that I did not make. I pulled this off of tierlist.com, and yeah, I'm just going to start going through. And the Darling Gunner and the Beast Handler are not on this tier list, so at the end I will tell you guys my opinions on like where those are, but they're not going to be included in the actual tier list. And I will be doing this for chimps. I will not be doing this for like... Actually, I'll do this for... I feel like it's... Do I do it for chimps or do I do it just for like, you know, normal? Because farms are going to be bad for chimps, but I guess farms won't be for chimps. That would just be my general opinion on them. And before we actually get into that, it looks like our money is teetering very close to the time when we are going to be able to afford the Darling Gunner. I've selected this placement simply because if I place it all the way forward, it would have more visibility down here, but it would have less straight line. And if I place it back here, it would have no visibility down here, but more straight line. But I'm going to value the visibility and the straight line, so we're going to pick the best of both worlds. I'll be selecting it up here, and yeah, now we can actually pull back up Opera GX, the only browser for gamers. That is, you know, permanently, like, I don't know, like, skull, like, I'm trying to think of the word here, engraved into my head. And BMA for chimps is F tier, because in chimps, the BMA turns everything into a red balloon, and it doesn't actually give the cash that it got for popping. And that is, you know, kind of annoying when in a game mode when you have a limited amount of money, you can't make any more. Normally, its golden potion would counteract that, or you'd probably be farming while you're using it. But without it, it's just bad. This farm, I'll be putting in the A tier. It is not the best farming option. It is very good to stack with other marketplaces and, like, you know, try to get the 10 marketplaces and then the flavored trades. It does pick up the, you know, BRF and Banana Centrals around it too, which is nice. And that's mainly what I use it for. I just use it to pick up a Banana Central, or it was my favorite tower for like mobile farming. But I'm obviously on a computer right now, so it's not going in that sphere. Bomblet. I just think I'm gonna put it like D tier, just because one of its main abilities is losing lives for like that big rain of bombs, and there's just not really a point to use that in chimps, and it's also an expensive tower, and I know it recently just got pretty heavily nerfed. But Moab Domination is going in the A tier, because because I just think it's just not, you know, it's not worth that extra bit of, it's not worth the extra $54,000 just for that extra bit of Moab knockback. It's not going to really be as useful as just a glaive like the whatever it's called, the Kylie Moab Press. And I'm just going to buy faster barrel spin, and then we'll be set for a while up here. And yeah, Crossbow Master. For chimps, it is going in the D tier also, because it sucks against DDTs, it's not good late game, the scaling falls off heavily, so it's just not worth it in general. And I will actually just select off just so you can see the balloons. I'm trying to stack this tier list along with this 2TC, because I don't feel like re-recording it and being bored, and I also want to do a tier list, but I want to have some gameplay in the background. And Avatar of Wrath. It is going to go in S tier. It is an amazing chimps carry. It's like, you know, just one of the best. I wouldn't say one of the best, but I'd say it's definitely in the top, like, 3 strategies for chimps. If you're just going in general. I'd definitely say it's one of my go-tos. Avatar of Wrath, Spirit of the Forest, 5 Poplas, Oben. A go-to strategy for me, honestly. That was probably some of my main black borders. Only bested by the Archmage, and the, what's his face, the Archmage and his buddy. Let's go strong, and right there, the Archmage and the Prince of Darkness, which is my other, probably my favorite chimps combo. XXL Trap, F tier, along with this guy, He's just gonna delay the amount of cash you get. He doesn't actually increase it. But this guy, S tier, amazing staller, and definitely worth the 25k if you want to invest in that extra stall. It's way worth it on like some strategies, not all. And Comanche, I'm gonna put it in the B tier because it's just kind of a mid tower. I know the Moab crest is really nice and you get to knock back the Moabs, but I know it was really broken a couple updates ago, but I think it got kind of nerfed and it's not really as good. I know it was really good for a while, and I can afford this now, which I will. And I'm just gonna target it just a bit down. And yeah, that should be our defense for a while until I need to actually start microing again, which is not for a while. Trade Empire, for obvious reasons, F tier. Um, Actually, I said farming towers I'd grade separately, so I guess I'm gonna put it in the B tier because C tier. Nope, it's just not very good. I just don't like it. I mean, it's good to stack with merchantmen, but when do you do merchantmen? Besides, you know, trying to get that extra 10% sell back. Monkeyopolis, also kind of a mid tower. Um, C tier also. And Sub Commander, I think it's great for stacking with other subs. Definitely one of the best strategies for that. And yeah, I'm gonna put it in the A tier. It's a good tower. Again, it's not amazing, but it's good for stacking. It's a pretty good chimps defense too if you want to go for the spam. This guy, C tier. It's just he's like not good. Shattering Shells is just way better for like 70k for some damage. Like he's not an amazing damager. Like let's be honest here. But the Master Bomber, I will be putting in the A tier, and I'll be putting it top of the A tier because I think it's very close to teetering on the S tier. I think you definitely need to combo with 20 Shinobis, but when you do that, it takes a while to get all the Shinobis down, but at that point it's basically a free win. But the Elite Defender, I would just like whoever uses this tower. I mean, it's great for the first wave of elite bossing, but like other than that, when have you ever used this tower in chimps? Like it's not a good one. Perm Spike, B tier, just because you have to stack a lot of buffs onto it. It's a lot of waiting, and it just usually takes a while to get that full spike pile up, and even then, you never really know is your damage gonna be there because you have to wait till it reaches the end of the track, and it's just not good. And then this guy is going F tier because you simply cannot afford him. He is unaffordable. Prince of Darkness, S tier, free chimps win. Not really free, but stack him with anything that can pop a bad and his UMGs, and you're set. I like specifically the Archmage, which is one of my favorite chip towers. This guy, F tier. He's just a horrible tower, and who would ever use this tower? Like, let's be honest here. C tier, it's okay for the ability, but other than that, when have you used this tower besides the old Moab Mauler spamming strategy, which is far outdated and just doesn't really work anymore. And honestly, what's this tower's name again? Permacharge. Permacharge. Wow. That shows you really how much I use this tower. C tier. Again, ability heavy. It's not really amazing for a 60k tower. It's just like, kind of like an ability. Wow, I know, it's really an ability, Isaac. But, same thing with the Plasma Monkey Fan Club. It's just not good in chimps. I know I just did a 2TC on it, and actually, are we gonna leak here? No, we are not. Are we gonna leak to the FSRAMs? No, we are not. Round 63 should be a piece of cake too. And yeah, ability heavy. Spirit of the Forest. I'm gonna put an S tier. I personally love the tower. One of my favorite towers in the entire game. I'd say, I think I said a while ago, like that tower, Spirit of the Forest, and then, what else did I say? I don't know. I know I said something. But what I said, I don't remember. Is it already in the tier list? Maybe, maybe not. Oh yeah, that tower, and then BMA, and that too, which you can't really use. Ultra Boost. I'm gonna put it bottom of the S tier. Actually, no, bottom S tier, because it's a good tower, but it's kind of outshined by Overclock, you know? Like, Overclock's gives the same effect. Ultra Boost is when you really just want to stack buffs onto one tower. And normally, unless you're doing a 2 MP, it's just not really there. But because it has Overclock under it, I'm putting it there. Glue Storm. An amazing debuff. Plus 2 damage. Almost a permanent plus 2. For like, what, 25k? That's crazy. That's just an amazing buff. And this tower, D tier, because Chinook is kind of useful, but when have you ever saw like, you know what, I really want to give the Marine more DPS, because I use the Marine. I don't. I hate the Marine. It does nothing. It's just kind of like, wow, let's make this 5th tier not completely bogus. And there are absolute 0. I think it's good for the ability, but I'd put it in the same stall as like these two, just because I'd say this is definitely your go-to stall. And then this is definitely your, if you want damage, you go for that, and then stall with like these two. If you want stall, you go for that, and then add damage with, you know, Super Brittle or something. Star Bomba, again, just, it's ability heavy, you know? I'd say it doesn't have as good of an ability as these two. It's about in the same realm of these 3 abilities. It's just damage, but not very good bad damage. But Pirate Lord, I will put in the B tier because, you know, it's just kind of there. If you're gonna use it, it's good. If you don't use it, fine. There are many other strategies. This guy I'm putting in the air tier though. One of my other personal favorite towers. Just because I think it's so cool, you know, to have like DDTs just not spawn. I think if you have a tower that sucks against DDTs, just combo this with like Spirit of the Forest. That's a pretty good strategy. I think I used that strategy to take down Water Park on chimps to black border it. I think I used that strategy. It's a pretty good one. Homeland. I'm gonna put it like I'm putting it there above this guy. It's obviously S tier, like the best buff in the game probably. I think 2 times damage, 2 times pierce for like a decent amount of time. It's goated. Pop it on. Again, B tier. Along with these, it's good. If you're gonna use it, it's a good tower if you use it. But if it's not a tower, it's just, you know, if you don't use it, it's just like, you know, well, I mean, it's an option, but it's definitely just on which maps. Like this, you need a long map. This, you need a map with like a kind of a long map too, a longer map. This tower, you need a map with a good water space in the center. And this one, you need one where the balloons are all clumped up. It's very situational. Grand Sabo, really good ability, but again, it's just not a stall I really think of. It's definitely like if you need one more stall at the very end, then you pick it. But otherwise, you just don't really use it. Elite Sniper, it's really only used for its cash drop. I know it's a good, like, middle game, but other than that, it's just kind of mid. Cobra Spikes, though, that is a tower that is also very good chimps win. I'm putting it up here with the buffs, the stalls, and the chimps wins. That's kind of what the S tier is. Insta wins and amazing stalling options and buff options. Again, like, it's just not really, again, to start off, it's the Carpet Spikes ability, or the Spikes Roam ability. It's just an amazing ability. Like, you can basically take down almost any Moab bad. Like, you can get the bad down to almost half health sometimes with just one Spikes Roam ability. Really good for a tower that has good group damage but can't really defend against the bad. And for the first time since like 10 minutes ago, I'm going to micro because I don't think we're going to be able to pop the ZONG unless I do. And I honestly got to hurry up the tier list because I'm going to have to start microing like almost every single one of these rounds now. So if I start glancing over these towers quicker, it's because of that. I don't really want to do a lot of editing in this video, which is also why I put in a tier list. But hopefully we should be good until Fortifieds come out. And Anti-Balloon, it's really expensive, but if you get it, it's a free win. You've probably all seen my 2TC, or my 2TCC and my 2TC on it. If you haven't, go watch them. They're amazing. And this guy, it's just a bad ability. It's just not really worth it. Like, who would ever pick this tower? Okay, I clicked on the Darling Gunner, but the wrong one. This round I had a lot of trouble on. This is before we afforded the Ray Doom. I need to focus down these ceramics, and I leaked greens. Okay, and there we are. Wait, maybe not. Hold on. Yeah, there we are. This is now affordable to buy the Ray of Doom. And as I said, there is literally one round you need to micro this. This is probably the easiest 2TC in the game. there's one round you need to micro. Otherwise, you can just literally sit back. And where was the... What did I just do? I swapped these tiers? No, no, no. Wow, I had like a perfect spot before. Can I... Is there a scroll bar on the side? No? Okay, well I had a perfect spot before and I lost it. And yeah, now I just gotta finish this tier list before, we finish the chimps game. This guy, again, an ability that you can use. It's kind of expensive. It's not really worth it. These towers are all just like kind of, you know, expensive, not really amazing to use. I'd say Permabrew, if we're counting the third and fourth tiers, it's definitely S tier, but for just Permabrew, it's A tier. It's a good buff, but not really one that is always thought of, I would say. It's not really one that I would tend to, you know, seek out. It's definitely like, I would tend to seek out Ultra Boost first before Permabrew in a 2 million pop challenge. And yeah, for this guy, obviously S tier, it's not even a question. For a Balloon Crush, though, F tier. Why would you want that? Like, come on, like, let's be real here. Who's ever said, you know what I need? I need a 60k stall that, you know, just makes the rounds extremely long and doesn't let my towers get popped. It's just not a stall you think of. When these are available, no one ever uses that. Glaive Lord, B tier. It's like very situational, just like these towers, as I said before. Doesn't really do too much. It's not a free win though. Ultra Juggernaut, it's just a bad tower. Superstorm, again, a bad stall. This Engineer, Century Champion, again, just an overall mid tower. I'm actually gonna put a C tier. Balloon Solver though, I'm gonna put a B tier. Same level as these guys, situational. Good tower on some maps. It's like okay, not amazing. Apache Prime, S tier. An amazing chimp strategy. Almost free chimps win. I'm just gonna make this a bit bigger, and just so I can see the rest of these towers on here. Super brittle though. I'm kind of Russian. No, I'm American. Just kidding. Ha ha ha. Dad joke. A tier. Like an okay, you know, debuff option. Not amazing. This guy's Shredder. B tier. Same category as these. Not bad, but not good. They're just there. I do not like this tower. I think it is not a good tower because though everyone hams it up to be like a free chimps win, it's low-key kind of mid. Like, it needs so many buffs to be even remotely okay. And Energizer, I mean, you can lower ability cooldowns, but after that, what's really the point? The bad balloon's out. You need to hurry up. Mortar, B tier. Grandmaster, B tier. Sniper, B tier. Super Mines, S tier if you can afford it. True Sun God, you cannot afford it, and you cannot afford this. You can't even get this in chimps. This is just I just dislike that farming option entirely. Infernal Ring, good if you can afford it. Archmage, I would pair this right along with the Prince of Darkness, and I would say that those are good. And Flying Fortress, free chimps one if you can afford it. Icicle Impale, definitely an underused stall. I think it's good, but very situational. This tower, I love it. I love that tower. Attack Zone, again, it's okay. I mean, like, all these towers, okay, remember, this is not a professional opinion. There have been nothing but just my 37 Black Border experiences, and my many chimps after that. This is the final tier list. I'd say, for the Beast Handler, all pass an F. I have never used that tower since the day I got it. That's a lie, but whoever uses it. Ray of Doom, S tier. Mad, A tier. Bez, A tier. That's my final tier list. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah, hope you had a fun time. I will just close out this window now. I'll minimize it actually. And yeah, you can easily probably 2 million pop with this if you just maybe do some better micro with this thing. Move Sauda a bit into a different spot. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have a good one. Please subscribe. Comment down below if you like the tier list. Yeah, if you found it helpful, leave a like on the video.